great episode today, or I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great one, because for the first time, we finally have all four of us here. We've got myself, Riko Snow. We've got Wrath.
Hello, hello.
We've got Linz.
Hi.
And finally, for the first time, we have Wyon.
Hi.
So yeah, I'm super excited to finally get all four of us together. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this episode turns out. And everybody will also notice that we've actually finally got some intro music for the first time in this episode. So I'm really excited to see how everybody likes that. So let's just jump right into things here. I mentioned last week that I wanted to talk a little bit about Helldivers. It's just, and as I said, it's incredibly fun. I don't think you've got a chance to play it, have you, Wyon?
No, not yet.
Okay. If you guys get a chance to come over sometime, it's got, the full local plus online co-op, just like Diablo, how it works. It pretty much works the exact same way. So what made this game so cool, besides the fact that it has a really nice, like, $20 price point? You've got these basically like these three different enemy factions, right? You've got one which are pretty much like the bugs straight out of Starship Troopers for the most part. Then you've got like these cybernetic enemies, and then you've got this other race called the Illuminate, I think is what they're called. And each one presents its own difficulties and challenges, but you can still play for a long time just fighting the bugs and figuring out all the little details and how the game plays and having a lot of fun with the system. But it is it's a top-down sort of shooter where like a twin stick shooter. You move with the left, you aim with the right.
First person?
No, not first person. It's like you played Diablo, right?
Yes, sir.
It's that same kind of viewpoint.
Okay, so that's like what? Third person? We would call that third person. Third
person overhead, maybe.
Okay,
yeah.
Third person overhead.
It's more like isometric.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
If you want to be technical.
Okie dokie, copy.
So you've got that kind of viewpoint, and like every level is like its own little mission. You go and you pick a planet there, and by picking the planet, you're kind of picking the difficulty of that mission, and you and up to 3 other players, drop down in these pods that just kind of rocket from space and slam to the ground, and then you crawl up out of the hole, and you can hold down the L1 button and put in like little commands with the D-pad, like down, down, up, right, left, or something like that, and you throw a little beacon.
I'm sorry. You said all that. You said all of that, and then immediately said Hadouken. I'm sorry. It's all right. But yeah, you put in these little commands, which they could have made it really simple and just you just picked what you wanted. But doing this really makes you feel like you're trying to hurry up and put in this thing and then throw this beacon, and then after a certain amount of time, another one of those pods will drop down, and you can bring down things like extra ammunition, drones that can scan the environment around you. You can even call down like a mech suit to get in and just start blowing shit up. Go ahead. I got a question. This whole time, what are you fighting? You fighting humanoid guys, aliens? What?
Well, like the first things that you'll fight. Like, did you ever see the movie Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers sounds very familiar. I think I have, but I'm not. It sounds very old.
It came out in late 90s, early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was late 90s.
I think I saw it, but I just can't recall.
It was the one where the guys, they're going to like the desert-looking planets, and they're fighting the big bug aliens.
Okay. They pretty much chop up people's legs and come from the sand.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much fighting bugs.
Well, that's what you'll start with, and now, like, as you level up and everything and get better gear, you can start taking on. There's 2 other races. One is a race of cyborgs, so they're half human, half robot looking dudes that will actually like, shoot weapons and stuff back, whereas the bugs, they just kind of swarm you, and as long as you can keep them from actually reaching you, you're all right.
Well, that just gave me the chills thinking about bugs, and I'm pretty sure Lindsay will second this with me. Bugs. Me, yuck, I am not comfortable with bugs. I freak out at the sight of cockroaches and water bugs. Have you seen the water bugs in New York City?
No. I'm pretty sure you've made us look at pictures of them.
Well, think of just the thought of bugs. That's why I don't even like Men in Black. This is one movie. This is one part where this is gigantic roach. What? No. It freaks me out. Now. Sure, I'll play the game if you could get me past the first part without the bugs. I don't like no kind of bugs. Not even ladybugs.
Well, I mean, you can choose at any point to fight any of the three races, pretty much. It's just that the bugs are the easiest race for you to fight against. And another thing that sets this game apart is the fact that friendly fire is always on, which means, if a guy steps in front of your gun and you pull the trigger, you're probably going to kill your buddy. Like, there's no way to turn that off. And everything will kill you. Your buddy's rifle kills you. The drop pods you call from space kill you. The ship that comes down to rescue you at the end to take you back up to your ship, when it lands, it can kill you if you stand under it.
What you're saying, friendly fire is always off. Ain't friendly fire on when you can't hurt your friend?
No, friendly fire on means that you can hurt your friends.
Yeah, it means you can fire on friendlies.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you see, I'm not a gun player. I don't play games with guns, so I wasn't sure. I'm only a Halo fan, so I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. So like there's no way to turn it off. Like, anything that you have that can kill the enemy can also kill your friends. So you got to be careful be careful with your trigger finger. Make sure that you're not friends with bullets.
So not only are you on edge because you have bugs coming at you from all directions, but you're on edge because the backup
people in the background shooting you in the face.
Exactly, and the backup people can pretty much step on you like a bug.
And what's really funny is, like, if you're not paying attention, like, a guy could throw out like one of those beacons, and then when the counter count ticks down to 0, that pod drops down from space, and if you are anywhere near that shadow,
you'll get squashed like a bug.
Yeah, there's just nothing left of you. It's just splat, and but they did a really great job. Is if you have at least 2 or more people playing in the game, then as long as one person's alive, then they can throw a beacon that calls in reinforcements, which essentially brings back anybody who's been wiped out. So, and then if you're playing by yourself, you just have a limited number of lives. Every time you complete an objective, you gain another life. And there's a bunch of different objectives. All the levels are randomly generated. So, when you go in and you pick your difficulty, you'll see, for each planet you'll have either 2 or 3 missions, and in each mission you'll have several objectives. Like, one might be to just stand near this structure and you'll capture it over time, or it might be a missile silo that you have to go up to the console and put in several lines of code to activate it and start launching missiles at the enemy, or there might be like an escort mission. There's all kinds of different objectives, especially when you get into the higher difficulties of missions. And just all in all, it's really fun. It's one of those games that you can't really explain what it is that it has, but it definitely has that magic that's just, every time you play it, it's just got this great fun factor that you don't get out of most games, even the ones that are good. This has that extra little flavor of just, it feels like the people that made it just, that their total goal was to just make something that was incredibly fun to play.
Shit. Sounds like a matter of opinion with bugs in the game. I'm not okay with bugs.
I just think it's funny that he willingly knows that friendly fire is on, and he still wants us to come over and play with me because he knows that it will be my life's mission to destroy him the entire time.
Sounds about right. That's how
It sounds like Little Big Planet all over again.
Oh, God.
And
based on the fact that that's how I met her.
Call of Duty.
No, Call of Duty, that's something different, because then in that case, that's what you're supposed to do. If you have like the highest kill count in Little Big Planet, that means there's something wrong with you as a person.
Well, at least you can't get a
If there was a kill
shield.
count, I would have totally.
Shoot. Knowing Lindsay, how I met her, first dungeon ever running with her. Hey, let's kill everybody. Get the boss and drag them outside and just get the whole team killed. So I'm pretty sure she's going to kill you. When she does that, I'll be happy that I wasn't there.
But yes, riot shields. So fun.
No. No.
No. Why not?
Because because in the hands of the Lens, the riot shield is the most overpowered weapon in any first-person shooter I've ever encountered.
Nothing
sounds like
struck
fun.
fear into their hearts quite like that riot shield.
Seriously, it is like a wall of death.
Sounds like fun.
That depends on your definition of fun.
So you went and bought the game, or you downloaded the game off the PSN?
I downloaded it off PSN.
Just so everybody could know where he got the game from the PSN. I wouldn't be getting it. Don't like bugs, but everybody else could get it. I'm just saying.
Oh, when you were talking about that, it reminded me when you were talking about mech suits. I believe Titanfall has some free DLC if anyone is interested in getting that.
Yeah, I saw something about how they was getting free DLC. Did you have any other more details on it? Because I didn't read into it too much.
I saw that Xbox and Xbox One for sure was getting the free DLC, but Wyon informed me that it's also on PC. So he might have a little bit more detail than I do.
Yeah, I think it was just celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the release. They put all the DLC out there for free.
Been a year?
Yeah, hard to believe, right?
Gosh.
So old. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Titanfall?
Titanfall. It sounds familiar, but
it's a first-person shooter, so it's completely off his radar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know what Titanfalls are. Yeah, it's not my game, but okay, I know what it is. I'm sorry. Whew. I lost it for a second.
It's
okay.
See,
I didn't get excited about Titanfall at all. Titanfall 2, maybe. Because it was one of those games when it showed up, I was like, especially with it being Xbox exclusive, and it being their first game like this, I figured let them have this experiment, because it kind of did what I figured it would do. It was, everybody got really excited about it for like a month, and then nobody played it anymore. But I think that when the second one comes out, they'll have everything fleshed out a lot more than what they had in the original, and it'll be cross-platform. So I'll be willing to check out the second one. I think that the first one, despite it having some really cool ideas, the basic functionality or whatever of the game was still a bit too rudimentary for it to be a long-term experience.
Yeah, it was really just a Call of Duty competitor or a Battlefield competitor.
Well,
I mean, not that it isn't fun, because both of those are also fun, but
it just depends on the person, because I really got into it for a while, and then Wyon was not as interested but with the gameplay. But I don't know, just something about like Call of Duty with parkour and mechs was just kind of fun for me. But I can see how it would have kind of a short shelf life, so to speak.
But it goes back to what Snow clearly said. You played the game for a little while, and then you came right back to Final Fantasy. How often do you go back to it?
Well, the only reason I don't play it much anymore is because my computer sort of blew up. So I've been using a different computer until we can get the other one fixed. And I just haven't put it on this computer from sheer laziness.
Sheer laziness or just lack of interest?
I wouldn't say lack of interest, because every now and then it crosses my mind that I might like to play a couple rounds, but, I forget things so easily.
I know. Trust me. I play Final Fantasy with you all the time.
Har.
But on another note, I was actually thinking of wanting to bring up some anime now that we have Lindsay here and Y on. Fairy Tail. I wanted to bring Fairy Tail up to the light to everybody. It's a very, very great anime, my personal opinion. It's a great anime, and it's flown under the radar for so long. I don't understand how Fairy Tail does not get the shine that Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece get. I think it's personal. This is just my personal opinion. I think Fairy Tail is up there, if not far beyond Bleach, because Bleach has lacked for so long. Once the father got ill and the son decided to pick up the anime, he butchered it, and it's never been the same ever since. So I don't know about anybody else, but I think Fairy Tail should definitely be spoken about, and definitely people should acknowledge it and look at it. Give it a chance.
Okay, so I want to ask you one thing about that, because I did watch the first. I know I watched at least the first episode, if not the first two, and I don't know. Is it one of those that you just have to get so far into it, because it didn't grab me at all?
Yeah,
okay.
It takes a few episodes.
Yeah. It takes a second to pick. It takes a little bit of pickup, but when it picks up, dude, you're not gonna want to let it go.
So what is it that sets this apart from, just everything that you have out there on Crunchyroll right now? What makes it, worth your time to actually get into this one?
Consistency. One thing I had I'm gonna compare a few animes. Bleach. Biggest issue I have with Bleach, they leave everything up in the air. They always leave you with a whole bunch of questions unanswered. What's this? What's that? What's this? What's this? Unlike in Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail, they will give you something, and in a few episodes later, they'll explain it to you. Besides the fact that Naruto, being one of my favorites anime, started with great fight scenes, eventually started lacking on the fight scenes. Every fight scene in Fairy Tail is epic. It's epic. Come on, who in the right state of mind is gonna make your main character an OP character with pink hair? Come on.
Male character with pink hair.
Thank you. How is your main character with pink hair? And mind you, he goes to battle and he has the chance to pick from anybody in his guild. Right? Pretty much the anime consists is magicians. Right? They have separate guilds where you have pretty much you have Fairy Tail, which is one guild. You got Lumia Scale, I think, and you have help me out, Lindsay.
Cat Sith was for a while. Blue Pegasus.
Blue Pegasus. Well, pretty much they have a whole bunch of guilds. You also have dark guilds. The only dark guild I could think about right now is Black Raven. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Something around that line. Where you build a fellowship, you build a brotherhood with everybody in your guild, and you have these mages where they're ranked from B rank, A rank, S ranks. S rank mages being the most powerful mages, wizards, and you have the ones that are below all those. The main character, this is just one thing. The main character can pick anybody to go to war with. Look, he's gonna go into a battle. He could pick to have somebody, an S rank wizard, to go to battle with him. He picks a cat.
Happy.
He picks a cat to go to battle, and somehow, some way, he pulls a rabbit out his ass and he wins.
Or a cat in this case.
Oh.
Smooth. Well, listen,
So I mean, is it like one of those like like feel good power fantasy kind of shows, like like a Dragon Ball Z or a Naruto or something like that?
Kind of.
Sort of.
I don't know. For me, Fairy Tail is really, really awesome because of the stories and the story arcs. Because I've never been a self-proclaimed otaku or, been super into anime, but I started watching it, and it's like the first anime that I've watched that I could be laughing hysterically and then also crying like a baby. Like, it's just...
So how would you compare it to something like Full Metal Alchemist then?
I'm not sure that she's watched Full Metal Alchemist.
How would I compare it to something like Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Wait. Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Well, let's just go with Brotherhood since it's the better of the two.
Damn. I will put them hand in hand. Pretty much, they're right there, bro. They're right there. If not,
really,
I'm sorry. If not, I'll give Fairy Tail a little edge. I'll give Fairy Tail the
really
edge. Just for the simple fact that Fairy Tail has a lot more arcs, and every single arc captivates you. It's not like, oh, this arc is boring, I can't watch it. No. Every single arc is captivates you. How many episodes did Brotherhood have? Like 100 and something, right?
No, nowhere near that much.
It was okay. For the benefit, let's give it 100.
Okay.
Just to say, let's give it 100. Fairy Tail has about almost close to 300 episodes.
But see, that's kind of a turnoff for me. Like, yeah,
why is that?
Because it's hard for me to get in. Like, I have a limited amount of time anyway, and so to try to get into a show that's already got several hundred episodes out there, it's it's kind of a barrier of entry for me. If there's only like one season out there, that's another thing. But trying to get caught up on something like that, just it's kind of a turn off for me at this point in my life.
It's a good anime for binge watching because they've got the dubbed and sub version on Netflix. They've got it on Hulu. It's out there and available pretty easily. But it's something that they're really good at making you want to go from one episode directly into the next one. Like, it's one of those that will suck you in, and you sit down to watch one episode, and next thing you know, you're 20.
Exactly, yeah. That's pretty much what Fairy Tail would do. You'll sit there and let me see what Raph is talking about. He claims his anime is good. And before you know it, you're 4 hours into anime and not knowing where the hell your time went.
Yeah.
So how far do you have to get into it before it really starts to kick in?
I think the first story arc really starts to build, and you can see there's going to be a lot to it. I think it's about 4, maybe 5 episodes in, if that much.
Okay.
Nathan.
Yes.
Ryoko. So no, listen.
Good save.
Yeah, nobody knows
that. Was very subtle.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to edit this part out. Ryoko.
Riko.
It's not Ryoko?
It's not Ryoko.
Oh, fuck. Snow.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you bearded man. Narrow it down anymore.
Good thing you could edit shit. Snow.
Yes.
For it to have so many arcs, and for me personally, because I'm not the kind of person that's gonna sit there and watch something and not be epic. For it to have so many arcs, and for me to tell you, every single arc will captivate you, and every single arc will have you sitting there like, what's next? Oh my god! I'm telling you, it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna be like, at least for me, this is where it got to. I got to the point where I couldn't wait for the anime any longer. I had to go read the mangas. Because I had to know what was gonna happen next. I had to see what was gonna happen with Natsu, what was gonna happen with Ursa. My personal favorite character, Gray. I just had to.
So then let me ask you this then. I mean, is it so good that, you know, if you're going to cut on Crunchyroll or something like that, that it's worth ignoring everything else that's on there for the sake of watching that one show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I might have to give it a second chance then, because like I said, I only tried to watch like the first episode, and it didn't. And it didn't seem like anything special. I'm
not gonna lie, I had a similar situation because my friend was the one who told me about it. I had a similar situation with him, like, really, I can't watch this. I had a similar situation with Fairy Tail like that when I first started, and Bleach. I would fall asleep through the first episode of Bleach and the first 3 episodes of Fairy Tail. I would just and wake up like, oh shit, oh my god. This would be a consistent thing until I got 5 episodes in with Fairy Tail. I was like, oh my god, I gotta go back to because I need to know what's going on now, and I have to stay awake. With Bleach, I'm sorry, but Bleach took me a whole season to get into.
Bleach is a very slow going anime.
Yeah,
they just bounce around too much to really.
And but when he picked up the second season, I was like, okay, I need to.
The second season is when it started to drag down.
You think
On
the second? No. The first season was. The second season was when they went to the Shinigami place where they was gonna kill the sister.
Second arc is where it drug down.
Okay, I always figured that was the second season.
No, it's the second arc.
Okay.
Like they split the season in the middle of the first arc.
Okay.
Well, I do recommend Fairy Tail. Big time. Yeah. It is a really good anime, and I think it's flown under the radar for way too long.
I don't think Fairy Tail is that unpopular of an anime, though. I think it's pretty well known.
But I don't. You see,
it's one of those that it seems like people who regularly watch it, who watch anime, probably everybody knows about it. But like it doesn't have the kind of widespread appeal as, say, a DBZ or a Naruto.
Exactly.
Well, the big thing with that is it hasn't been picked up by a major network, or it hasn't been put on something in the U.S. anyways. It's not out there like on Adult Swim, on Cartoon Network, or anything like that.
Right. It's only on streaming services.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I mean to me that it's under the radar.
Yeah.
Because Bleach got his moment of shine. It came to Cartoon Network. Everybody jumped on it. Naruto came to Cartoon Network. Everybody rode that horse. Shit. Fuck that. Everybody rode that donkey. But they rode that shit. Fairy Tail has been out there. One Piece. Perfect. Another one. One Piece. One Piece was out. I think One Piece was in Cartoon Network for a very short period of time. And he blew up. Give Fairy Tail that chance. It will take everyone by storm. Call that motherfucker Katrina.
Jesus. Oh my god.
That is awful.
Hey, it's gonna impact just as bad.
I mean, so does anybody have any info on when we're gonna see more either Attack on Titan or No Game No Life or anything like that?
That's funny that you brought that up because I was actually looking for No Game No Life today. I was trying to figure out why hasn't it been brought back. And go ahead, Wyan.
I was just saying, I don't think it's gone into production yet.
Really?
Like second season? No. I don't know for certain, but
what I was reading up on is that the person who writes it gives you four what is that they call it? 4 novels a year. And the first novel pretty much covered, the first season that we got on Crunchyroll pretty much covered the first 4 novels that he made. So from what I picked up from what I was reading earlier today, that they might make it a seasonal anime.
Oh, okay.
Where it'll come back every spring or every summer. They didn't specify, but they said that the best way for them to do it would be like that in order to keep up with the pace of the writer.
Right.
So that's what I picked up because I was frustrated. I was thinking about it like, yo, what's up with this? What's going on? And I went and I decided to sit there and I looked into it and I, browsed around the web for a little while and I came up across this forum where it was explaining and an interview with the guy, so on and so forth. And they said that that is most likely going to be a seasonal anime to keep up with the writer. Because the last thing that they want to do is take a
just
great
do a bunch of filler episodes and
exactly
Bleach.
Yeah, take a great anime and pretty much make it drift away from the manga.
Right.
That's what they don't want to do. So they're gonna probably make it like that. And speaking about drifting away from manga, don't you have something we were talking about earlier today? And Wyon?
Which one?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh yeah, Tokyo Ghoul. I don't really know what to say. It's just an awesome anime. Yeah, I'm really not good at this.
It is good. Go watch it.
No details.
There you go. End of conversation. Go watch it.
Well, why don't you give us like a quick rundown on the basis of the show? Because I have no idea what it's about.
Plot details. Yay.
Well, I'll try not to give away plot details, but anyways, basically in the story there are humans and there are ghouls. Humans are, humans. And then there's ghouls, which, basically, they have to eat human flesh as food. That is the only source of substance, because anything else other than, I think, coffee is, everything else tastes absolutely disgusting to them. But they look like humans, they act like humans, they live amongst humans. But, the story starts out with a ghoul that is binge eating. They're just absolutely gorging themselves on humans. And she goes after the main character, and things happen, and the end.
Tune in for more information.
Yeah, I really don't want to give any more away, because that's one of the first plot points of the whole show.
So I mean, is it more of like an action or a comedy or what kind of show?
It's
a drama action, I would say.
Yeah, with tinges of horror, or kind of, because there are some parts that are pretty freaky. It gets a little gory from time to time.
Yeah.
And
I agree with what Ryan is saying. The anime is really good.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away from it, like he said. But I will say this: if you do decide to pick up the anime, stick with the anime. Don't do what I did. I picked up the anime first, ran through all the episodes in pretty much a week and a half because I'm a fiend like that. You know, I'm an addict. I'm an anime addict. I just want to state that.
Thanks for specifying.
And I ran right through the anime about a week. I picked up the manga and I was completely lost.
Yeah.
It would appear that the anime caught up to where the manga was at one time, and it decided to drift and make its own story and do its own thing. So if you do decide to pick up the anime, stick with the anime, or stick with the manga. Either or. Also be aware that there are 2 mangas out with the same name. One manga is pretty much the first season, and then you have the second one, which is the other manga, which is the second season. Make sure when you do pick it up, you know which one you're reading, so you won't be confused with the plot when you start reading it. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, and one thing to add is to stick with it, because after the opening of it, it slows down a little bit and tries to give you a lot of background into the story and the characters and everything that's going on. And then at one point, it's like someone just drops some nitrous on the show and it gets very actiony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a fact. It does slow down, but when it picks up, it picks up.
Yeah.
And when you said Attack on Titan, Attack on Titan, great anime.
Mm-hmm. I don't think season 2 of that is coming out until next year.
Oh wow.
Great anime. Yeah. But the manga, oh my god. And when I say oh my god, it's not a good oh my god.
Yeah, I tried to pick it up and read it, and I started, from the very beginning. And after watching the anime, reading the manga was just kind of like
boring.
Why? Yeah,
There's so much talking and explaining, and the manga is so much different from the anime.
Well, I think that the manga. I think the biggest thing that struck me with the manga is that it really fails to set the tone of hopelessness and dread that the show managed to do. You just don't get that. Like, it moves the way that it has a much faster pace, and you don't really spend any time with the characters or anywhere near the amount of time in the world of these characters that the show did. It just completely failed to, like I said, let you realize just like how, not only just how hopeless these people's lives are, but how long that they've lived like that, to where it's just they don't even think about having any other kind of mindset.
I think one thing that the manga also does that the anime didn't do at all whatsoever, the manga will sit there and give you a lot of information on the politics of what's going on. How it started, what's actually going on, the middle class, the high class, the lower class. It gives you so much politics that it gets to a certain point, because I'm actually caught up with it. And it gets to a certain point where you get nothing, you get like 4 or 5 chapters of nothing but politics.
Oh, wow.
Not only is the manga extremely long, each chapter is pretty much 46 pages long. And that's pretty long for a manga. Where mangas usually give you about 20. If some of them will probably give you 16. But, 5 chapters of politics, of just talking, and how they're gonna rebel, and how they're gonna do this. I like anime, I like manga, but I need action. And that's what the anime gave me. The anime gave. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and it also, after watching the anime, I was really unimpressed by the art in the manga. Like, it just doesn't seem to really match up with the quality that the anime had.
I don't know. I don't pay much attention to that. As long as I can read it and tell what's going on in the anime, in the manga, then I think it's a pretty good job. But that's just me, because I can't draw. I could probably draw your pencil character, and then if that with squiggly lines. I'm just saying.
Going along with what Wrath was saying about the politics and how there's so much of that in the manga and not in anime, that's something that's really hard to take from a book or from a manga or something that you're actually sitting and reading and placing it into a show without screwing up the pacing of the show.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, because if I was watching the anime and the anime gave me 3 episodes of politics, I would have been like, really? What the fuck is this? If I wanted to see politics, I would have watched CNN. Okay? I don't want to watch politics. So I think they did a really good job on selling the anime.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the anime, from the very, second episode? You're sitting there in front of the TV. Oh my God! Oh my God! They just killed him! What the fuck is going on?
You're kind of like, am I watching like anime Game of Thrones, or what the hell?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, really good TV show. It slowed down a little, but it's really good. Speaking of TV shows, have you guys seen The Last Walking Dead?
Of course.
Yeah.
Without giving any part away, what do you think of that lady?
Which lady? The governor-esque lady?
Yes.
I don't know. It's like you want to trust her, but at the same time you want to strangle her because you know something's up.
You can't trust someone who is or has been a politician. Let's be honest.
I agree with Lindsay 100%. But what vibe does she give you guys?
See, that's the thing, because
I can't read her.
Yeah, it seems like she's genuine and really wants everything to be, all hunky-dory, but
this is The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that can't happen.
That's my situation. That is my situation. I can't read her. Like, you was able to read The Governor.
Yeah.
You read The Governor right away. 10 minutes into the what is the name?
Alexandria?
No, not like Alexandria.
Woodbury?
The place before. No, not the place before. Not the hospital, before.
No, Woodbury was the place before. The governor's place?
No, it was a place after.
Huh?
It's a place after Woodbury. With the Hannibals.
Oh, Terminus.
Oh.
10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. 2 minutes into Terminus, you knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah. You said Hannibals?
Well,
No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What is it? Carnivores? What is it?
Cannibals.
Cannibals, okay.
Yeah.
You guys understood me, right?
Yeah, I understood. I just thought that was really funny.
Cannibal fits the bill anyway.
Yeah.
Now, you see, but by the way, obviously, I'm the Spanish guy in the group. I'm just saying because obviously you could tell I say stuff like that. But 2 minutes into Terminus, just watching that lady chop up the ribs, you knew what was going on.
I did.
Right? Then, when you get to the hospital, you knew that the lady, the cop lady, was a possessive bitch.
Mhm.
Alexandria keeps you on like, what the fuck? What is she?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
You're wanting to see the fish tank full of heads. You want to know what is going on, what you're getting yourself into by watching this.
Exactly. And
Is that a saying?
Huh?
Seeing a fish tank full of heads? Cause
I think he just made it up.
Because it sounds really disturbing.
That's what the governor had. Do you not remember?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
He had a big wall full of fish
yeah.
tanks that had the head sitting in them.
Of all his family members, wasn't it?
No, it was just all the people he killed.
I just had a weird visual image of like dead fish in a fish tank, like at Petco or something, and I was like, "What is he talking about?" Like,
leave it to Lindsay to go into details like that. Another thing, what do you think about the barber lady, the one that did Rick's hair? What do you think about her husband?
He's definitely gonna be trouble. I can just tell.
Yeah.
I get the same.
Not to mention,
I get the same vibe.
Yeah.
I get the same vibe of him and the one that's in charge of scouting.
He's just an idiot.
Well, isn't he the lady's son? Or did I misunderstand that? I think he is.
He is.
Okay. I probably missed it.
Yeah. So that might explain some of the cockiness and why you want to hate him.
Have you guys been watching Flash?
No. I do.
Why? You just said no?
Yeah, I haven't let myself. I don't watch it or the Green Arrow.
He refuses to watch Arrow and Flash. He refuses.
Brother.
I have too much to watch as it is, and I have trouble keeping up with what's going on.
Brother, TV
but he watches
shows. Gotham.
Yes,
Penguin,
Gotham is awesome.
Penguin. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but the best story in Gotham right now is the Penguin story.
It is.
And now
they make you like Penguin so much more than you did in the movies.
Exactly. And now the Fisher story. Did you see?
Oh, Fish Mooney?
Yes. Fish Mooney's a tough cookie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but we could do something about them eyes. No, nigga, you can't do shit with these eyes.
I was like, oh, no, why?
You can't do shit with these eyes. Just pop that shit out of there, man. That bitch is a thug.
Oh, God.
That's what the hell you describe a thug life bitch. Her. Because she has the balls to do.
The most exciting moment for me this season of Gotham was when they did the episode where they brought the Joker in, because up until the end, I was just ignorant.
Whoa.
What?
Stop, reverse, take a breather. When they brought the who in?
The Joker. Are you up to date on Gotham?
I haven't seen this week's episode, so they did that.
This week.
This was like 2 weeks ago. It's the little redheaded kid.
Yeah.
The one with the creepy laugh.
Oh, I knew it! The one that killed his mom!
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I didn't know it till the end, and I was like, oh, shit, that is the Joker! And then I was just so excited.
I knew it. I'm sorry,
like I knew it, but
I didn't. I knew it, but I did not say that's him. I was like, that guy is so much like, can it be the Joker? No. Yes. No.
Great.
Fuck.
Because he was creepy.
Yeah. You know what part got me? I was like, yes, that I actually was impressed with Gordon. Well, he went to the commission and said, "No, nigga, you gonna stay there as the head, and I'm gonna fucks with you. You gonna do what the fuck I say."
Oh yeah, when he was in the hospital.
No. When
Wait,
he went
what?
to the office. When he went to the commissioner.
Oh, I got you.
And he told him, no, because if you step down, all that means is I'm gonna have to deal with another one like you. I have leverage on you, so we're gonna work things out the way I want them to work out. Like, damn, this is how he's gonna clean up the city. But Scarecrow was also good.
Yes.
Scarecrow was good. You need to watch Arrow.
Yes.
Listen,
I've been told by a million people.
He's about to get Arrow's about to give off another spinoff. Just for the record, Arrow gave off the spinoff of Flash. Flash exists today because of Arrow. Okay? Barry Allen got introduced in Flash. Barry Allen got introduced in Arrow.
No.
In Arrow.
Yes.
Okay? The same way, I don't know. Remember, you know Adam?
Adam.
The doctor that shrinks. The Adam that shrinks really little.
Oh, yeah.
They're about to give him his own show.
That's cool, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, because I don't know nothing about him. I think I've only seen him in one. I think he was only valuable in one DC Universe movie. When all the aliens attacked at one point, I think it was. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but yeah. Ra's al Ghul is in that bitch. Slade Wilson is in that bitch. AKA
also
Deathstroke.
Known as Deathstroke.
So, yes. Arrow is really good. Arrow, Flash, and Gotham must-watch TV series. I'm not even going to mention The Walking Dead because that is far beyond must-watch. Okay? The new thing that everybody watches now is Empire. I can't sit there and watch that. I have enough ghetto shit going on in my life to watch ghetto. To watch more ghetto people do ghetto stupid shit. No, I live in New York City. I see ghetto every day.
Well,
so I refuse to watch
we
Empire.
were talking about comic book shows, but okay.
I'm just saying. We talking about TV shows. Empire came out of nowhere and it's taking everything by storm. I can't get on Facebook. I can't get on Instagram. I can't get on any social network, Twitter, without somebody posting something about Empire.
Well, there's also going to be the Supergirl show coming out, and I'm pretty sure they've said that it's going to cross over with either the Arrow or Flash or both.
That'll be interesting.
There's also going to be a Teen Titans show coming out.
Really?
That doesn't excite me.
That excites me more than any of the other shows you talked about so far.
I think it's well, I'm kind of worried about it because I think it's going to be on TNT. So it makes me think there might be budget issues where it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
Someone was talking to me about it, and I don't know for sure because it's word of mouth, but they told me it's going to be live action, and there's going to be no Cyborg.
Why wouldn't there be any Cyborg?
I don't know.
I don't know. Strange. It was something about the movies, or I don't know.
Quick question.
I think Cyborg's getting his own movie or something like that.
Quick question, Wyon.
Yes.
What do you feel about Jada Pinkett Smith not signing a second contract for the season 2 of Gotham?
It makes me think they're going to kill her off. Like that's an inevitable thing. And honestly, if she's not coming back to the show, I'm going to be disappointed if they don't kill her off because she's such a huge part, such a huge presence in the show.
I feel the same way. I'm a little skeptical because I wonder, pretty much the whole show started with her, it didn't start with her, but Fish Mooney was pretty much the first, mobster that they showed. Where, what's his name? Harvey wants to speak to her to get inside, so on and so forth. And ever since then, she's been like this badass bitch.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, that's something I'm curious about. Why didn't she? Who's Jada Pinkett Smith? She doesn't get no fucking movies.
Not anymore. She used to be quite popular.
What movie did she make? Please do not. I think she was in Waiting to Excel, and that's the only movie I think she was in.
She was in The Matrix.
Nutty Professor.
And the Nutty Professor, that also counts.
She was in The Matrix for like 10 minutes.
Nutty Professor.
She was in The Matrix for like 10 minutes with her 3 little pieces of shit hanging on her head. She had doo-doo platters on her head.
Oh my Matrix. God.
And the Nutty Professor, is that a fucking movie, really? That shit sucks. Yeah. That's like Eddie Murphy's, that's like when Eddie Murphy was in Nothing, like, hello. He has a better chance you have a better chance saying Beverly Hills Cop or something. Like, that's not Eddie Murphy movie, that's a piece of shit movie.
That's a better Eddie Murphy movie than, like, what was it, Pluto Nash or whatever?
Hey, she does the voice of the hippo in Madagascar.
There you go. That's a big time part.
Okay, maybe she gets away with the voice. No. What the fuck does Jada Pinkett Smith do? She ain't a Will Smith. She don't got the luxury Will Smith does to say, oh no, I'm not going to sign a contract.
Well, if Will Smith's your husband, you can afford to be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. I guess you have a valid point. Yeah, about that, I'm pretty sure she wants to be.
I don't think so.
Well, since we've been on the subject of talking about televisions and shows and such, I think it would be a disservice if I didn't mention Dark Mirror. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this one or not.
I think I watched the first episode, if I'm not confusing it with something else, and it was disturbed as all get out.
Yes.
I haven't heard of it.
If the first episode was extremely disturbing, then yes, you're thinking of the right show.
With the pig.
Yes, with the pig.
Yeah, I will never watch that again. That was too messed up.
Okay, all right, I'll say this. All right, I've not watched another episode since the first one. But I have been told that is like the first one goes to places much, much more disturbed than the rest of the show goes to. Like, it still all has that kind of those dark undertones, but it's nothing like the first one. In fact, if anybody decides to go check it out, all right, you get about, go ahead and start with the first episode. If after 15 minutes, if the idea of what might happen disturbs you, then just go ahead and skip the first episode. And I'll just say that. But basically, I mean, to wrap it up in a nutshell, what Dark Mirror is that it's essentially, it's like a modern day, Outer Limits or Twilight Zone. It's a very near future sci-fi kind of a series that gives you, these nice 1 hour long what if stories that, either make some kind of comment on our society and where it's going, or it involves technology in some way or another. And I'm just saying, if you like the kind of Twilight Zone kind of stuff, that it's worth checking out.
I'm just saying, there's no way in hell I'm going to watch something where within the first minute of this conversation, the first thing Wyon said was, I would never watch that again.
And then there was some kind of disturbing thing about a pig, and it just didn't get any
better.
There.
Oh,
exactly.
You have no clue.
Within the first minute of the conversation, never watch this again. Disturbance and pig.
If that doesn't make you want to watch it, I don't know what will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes me think about if I watch it, I'm gonna be traumatized. You don't watch it.
You'll be traumatized in the best way possible.
In the best way possible. Ha! You and me got two different points of traumatized. When I'm traumatized in the best way possible, I'm talking about I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I've been afraid to watch it.
See? And he's gonna put fear on the top of the ice cream? Get the fuck! I'm a coward. I don't watch Freddy Krueger because I can't sleep at night. And I'm a 28-year-old man. Okay? I don't turn up the lights and stand in front of my mirror and say Bloody Mary because I'm afraid she's really gonna come out. You don't tell me to watch something I don't want to watch ever again.
Well, it's not horrifying. It's disturbed. There's a difference. Like you're not gonna go into a dark room and flip out. Like it's not something that's gonna make you afraid of the dark or anything like that. It's more like
stuff. It's like, if you it'll make you think about if you were put in the situation that this guy is put in. You have to wonder, would I make the choice that he is having to decide to do?
I had enough of that with what's the name of that movie? Oh my Saw. I had enough of that. Would I be in this if I was in that? I had enough with that movie. Okay?
Yeah, it's not like that.
The key is in your eyeball. Are you willing to pick your eyeball out to save your life? Nigga, that's a hell of a choice.
Well, let me tell you, the key is not in an eyeball.
Oh.
No.
You're gonna be you're handcuffed to some shit in a basement, and if you don't find a way out, you're gonna die in there. So what? You telling me I gotta smash my leg out? Nigga. No, okay? I don't like being in situations where I'm gonna cause myself physical pain. Or emotional pain. Mental pain. I don't like pain. I like teddy bears and shit like that. Lindsay.
Why'd you say my name?
Because you're supposed to say something like, yes, I like flowers and rainbows when I say teddy bears.
I like ponies and puppies and red pandas.
Yeah, that's why you don't have a single
30
pony.
30 minutes later and more puppies and
That's why you don't have a single pony in Final Fantasy.
Oh, you are wrong, sir. I finally got my first pony.
What is it?
Inbar.
Who? What?
Inbar, the same one you have, Leviathan's horse.
That's bullshit. Why you got my horse?
Because I wanted it.
Go get another horse.
I'll try, but I can't make any promises because it's going to be months to get the first one.
Oh, man. Let's get the Ifrit horse. That's the one I want.
Speaking of Final Fantasy...
Monday. I'm sorry. I got excited about pre-ordering.
Prepare your wallets.
I cried during the live stream. I am so excited.
Did you see Ryan? Did you see the new armors?
Yes, I did, and I saw that all the crafters have new armors at level 60, and I'm like, "Dag freaking gone it!"
Yes, I was annoyed with that. I was annoyed with that because I worked so hard to get my 3 crafting classes up there, and now I'm like, damn it, I had to go get them up. Yeah, I think their level cap also increase.
Yep, 60.
It's like, damn it.
Well, that's fine because we're gonna have all this stuff to do in the new area.
How about that Griffin though?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
About that Griffin, though. Woo! Listen. Let's not forget about that black chocobo, though.
I'm less excited about that.
Why he runs on water?
You got to remember that they're not longtime Final Fantasy players like we are. So
Yeah.
Black Chocobo doesn't mean anything to them.
Play Final Fantasy 8. Play Final Fantasy 7. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love that black chocobo after that. Shoot, don't you need the black chocobo to get nice and around?
I have no idea. I never beat 7.
So, and you call yourself a Final Fantasy player?
Hey, I've beat 1.
You're with us filthy casuals. Join us.
Okay, how many Final Fantasies have you beaten?
Me?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10,
all
2.
right. First of all, bullshit. Because I know you've not beaten 1.
I got the brother. I have the one. I could take a screenshot of the one right now from my PSP and send it to you. 1 and 2.
You told me that you never even played the first one.
But until it came out on PSP.
This was long after it had been out on PSP.
And then I bought 4. And when I bought 4, I bought 1. I think, is it 1 or 2? I'll double check right now.
He is gonna make you pull out your games. Like, you must verify. Save file screenshots.
I had to beat it because I had to shut Snow up and be better than him. He knows it's 2. Okay, it's 2.
Yeah, I can feel the tension of this controller measuring contest.
It's 2. It is 2, Snow. Okay?
Yeah.
But I beat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, 11. Did I say 11? Just wanted me to say 11 again. 12, 13, 13, 2, 13, 3, I guess you would call it? No, I didn't play 13, 3. That's the one when time is out when it's out of time. I didn't play that. I'm a noob. So back to the conversation. How many have you beaten, Snow?
I still don't think you're telling the truth.
Wow! Wow! Okay.
I'm just saying.
Which one you want to ask me about?
5.
5. That's the one with Bart? Is the main character? With the sub-jobs, where everybody has different jobs?
Yeah, it's the one that starts with the meteor that hits the planet.
That you eventually find out that Bart's father is one of the holy knights and so on and so forth.
Okay, I thought you had never played that one.
Boom! Shut down.
You could have just Googled it.
Yeah.
Wow!
I heard someone pecking on a keyboard. I don't know who it was.
Luckily for me, the keyboard is in the living room and I'm in my bedroom. So.
Well, how do we know that?
You want to FaceTime, nigga?
Now pan around your room. Let's be sure.
Right. What else you want to know about? Wait. 5. That's the one with 6. No, that's 6. What else is there in 5? The old man with the daughter, with the granddaughter that lives in the castle, and she has a little dragon, and he gets poisoned, and the little girl walks through the poison fields to get the flower and feed it to the dragon to save him. Mm-hmm. I could have Googled that too, right off my top of my head, jackass.
Well, you did pause. Just saying.
Because I had to think about it. It wasn't the game. The game was whack. The only good thing about that game was the jobs. Not even the storyline didn't captivate me. Personal opinion. That's like Final Fantasy 4. My whole childhood, I thought Final Fantasy 4 was the best Final Fantasy. That shit was trash. The only good thing about that game is that they introduced so many different jobs that are epic to Final Fantasy now.
Yeah.
Paladin.
You must have played a lot more of them that you hadn't played before over the past few months since the last time we really really talked about Final Fantasies, because the last time we talked, there was
you're right. You're right.
Before.
You're right. But then this application came out for the iPhone. What was it called? Game Boy Advance, something for the iPhone. And every Final Fantasy that I didn't play before that I could play, I downloaded onto my iPhone. And that's how I played 4, 6, 3, what else? And that's it. Yeah.
So you got an emulator.
There you go.
Yeah.
For my iPhone. And I downloaded Pokemon Gold and Silver again. The original one. Come on. I was mad because for a whole month I was trying to get Leafeon and Iceon. I'm like, why won't they turn? You know, like, oh shit, wrong game. Yeah, don't judge me. But yes, no, I did go back. When I played 5 and 3 was around the same time that I was telling you that I had called you and told you, oh, I am so disappointed with Final Fantasy 4.
Okay.
Around that same time is when I played it. Because remember since we met day one, I've always said Final Fantasy 4 was my favorite one.
Yeah.
And then I played it again and it was like, wow, I stick with 8. Personal 8. It's number 1.
Yeah. I'm hopefully by the time we record next week's episode, I'll be able to talk about Type 0.
Piece of shit. I'm sorry. That game really breaks me. That's the new Final Fantasy game, right?
That's the one based off the mobile game, isn't it?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, are you trying to talk?
I'm trying to. It's hurting my brain. Oh my god. Okay, Final Fantasy Type 0.
Piece of shit.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Hulk smash.
Like Snow's talking, so it must be a piece of shit.
No. No, it has nothing to do with you, my friend. Nothing to do with you. It's the fact that the game is not
How would you know? How would you know? You can't have ever played it.
But it's not turntable. Isn't that the one?
Turntable.
Excuse me?
What the fuck is turntable?
Table turn. Doing.
Turn-based?
You mean turn-based?
Turn-based. That shit, man.
I was thinking, are we listening to records?
It's not turn-based, and that's like. It's more. Isn't that the one that's more like a freaking Kingdom Hearts fight system?
Yes.
Piece of shit.
I would like that.
See, I think I would prefer that.
Because you guys are not original Final Fantasy fans.
And?
This is a guy who's played every single Final Fantasy except for 1.
Would you like a cookie?
Well, I'll tell you what. Have you watched any of the trailers on it?
Yes, I have.
And you're not at all interested by that?
No. Yes, I like the graphics. I like.
So you're not interested in 15 either.
The fact that they fight on the roof, on the buildings on the side, I found that really cool. But no, I do not want them to make the game like that.
So I don't want to. So you're not interested in 15 either.
If are they gonna make it like that?
Yeah.
That's gonna break my heart. So what? Are they planning on making all Final Fantasy games like that now?
I don't know if they're making all of them like that, but you got to understand the history of 15, because originally 15 wasn't going to be 15. It was going to be versus 13. It was going to be a spin-off game, so it wasn't going to have that main number in the title, but just the way things have worked out, it's become the 15. So, and it's being directed by the same guy who did Type 0, which, for people who don't know, was a PSP Japan only Final Fantasy game that's coming to the States for the first time next week. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on it, because it to me it looks like a lot of fun. I loved the Kingdom Hearts games, and to me the idea of playing a Final Fantasy game that's pure Final Fantasy with that kind of battle system, especially with a much more mature and darker storyline, sounds awesome to me. And then like with Type 0, you throw in
how are you gonna summon? Why are you? They're gonna. That's pretty. I'm sorry, No, they're taking away the cutscenes that you get in all Final Fantasies with the summons. That's why 12 was a piece of shit.
You still had cutscene type stuff with 12. I mean, the summons were a piece of shit, but it wasn't because they got rid of like cutscene style things, whatever. It was because none of the summons in 12 were recognizable.
I'm sorry. I want old style Final Fantasy. 15, 13 fucked me up. But it was okay because he had somewhat.
Okay, but I understand where you're coming from, but look at the facts. I mean, we haven't had a traditional Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2. Well, you could say 10 too, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, especially in the numbered series, that was the last time we saw a Final Fantasy in a traditional sense. And then you also got to take into consideration, the fact that JRPGs as a whole have been on the decline in the past few years. Like, there's been very, very few games in that genre that have been able to not be stale and not, fail because they fail to innovate. And, they've tried to do that with, like, say, 12 and 13, but they didn't get what they were trying to. They didn't accomplish what they were trying to do with those games.
And the reason I think that they didn't accomplish because they're drifting away from the original Final Fantasy thing. Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts. Let the two games be two different games, and that's it. Yes, they have the similarity because certain characters from the Final Fantasy series appear in Kingdom Hearts. Cool, no problem here, no problem there. I'm okay with that. But let the Kingdom Hearts series play out like the Kingdom Hearts series. Let Final Fantasy play out like the Final Fantasy series, and that's it. What now? Ever since they decided to start drifting away from the way the regular Final Fantasy are, they started lacking, and people are started to dislike it more and more. That's why this is my personal opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably won't agree with me, like you. But I don't like it.
All I'm saying is that if they were to try to make one in the same vein as the classic Final Fantasies, there's a chance it would please the old school players. It's not a guarantee, but there's a chance. But it's much more likely that it would not appeal to a new audience, as much as doing something new and different would. And especially with Japan, the Japanese industry, being much more resistant to change, and innovation than Western developers. You've got a couple of guys who have the freedom to do that kind of stuff, like Kojima with the Metal Gear series. He's like one of those rare exceptions. And Final Fantasy, because it is that big name, they've got the clout and the money behind them. They have been given this freedom to explore these kind of things, and I understand why they're taking the approach that they are. I would absolutely love to see a new Final Fantasy that is, very much more similar to the old school Final Fantasies, that has that kind of feel with today's graphics and things like that. But at the same time, I completely understand why they have moved away from that, because they want to be, that blockbuster JRPG title, and not, they don't want to be, the Persona series. The Persona series, it's a great series, it's a classic JRPG, but it only attracts a very niche audience. As popular as it is, it still is nowhere near as popular as, say like the Final Fantasies. And I don't think that they want to become. I don't think they want to fall to that level of, niche popularity.
I think, personal opinion, that the reason Final Fantasy, what is it? Final Fantasy .0? That's what it's called. What?
Typo
is gonna sell is because he has his name, Final Fantasy. Only reason I think that game is selling. I don't think it's selling because of anything else. Because I'm pretty sure the storyline is gonna be trash. The gameplay, I already think is trash. Just because.
And you're basing this off of nothing.
I knew he was gonna rage. It was coming.
Oh my god! It's like, this is not the Final Fantasy I want, so it's trash. Yeah. It has to be trash. It's bullshit.
Yes.
The storm was brewing.
Yes. Yes.
Done no research. Like, I've kind of watched the trailer, and
I've seen the trailers.
There's no turn-based menu, so it's trash.
Yep. I thought it was okay to express my opinion.
It is okay to express your opinion. It don't mean it's not wrong.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
So this is getting awkward.
My lungs. I think it's just gonna be, it's a Final Fantasy game, so we're gonna let it sell here.
But it's not a new game. It's a remaster. This game.
It's a new game to us.
Yes, it's a new game to us.
To Japanese people, it's an old game, but to us Americans, US of A, it's a brand new game.
So is it trash because we're Americans? And
Lindsay, you mind your business.
You're making it sound like we're getting this, like the hand-me-downs, the second-hand clothes from Big Brother Japan.
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time we get a hand-me-down from Japan. They get a whole bunch of games before we do.
Well, of course, that's where all the developers are.
Okay. Then we get all the hand-me-downs.
How about this? We'll get together next week, and I'll give everybody first-hand impressions on why Wrath is wrong.
I want you to. All right. I also want you to tell me how great the storyline is.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me that it's a Final Fantasy game and not a Kingdom Hearts game with the Final Fantasy title.
Why don't you get it too, and then you can both battle it out next week?
What? I ain't gonna waste $60 on a piece of shit.
You can probably get a demo. I'm sure there's a demo. Isn't there?
Well, if there's a demo, I refuse.
Well, hell, one of the reasons why I'm buying the game is so that I can get the demo for $15.
I didn't even know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, not that I would buy it, but
look at that. He won't even buy it.
It's not. It's because I'm cheap. It's not because I'm not interested.
Yeah. Whatever you say.
Hey, I have Final Fantasy 14 Heavensward to worry about, so.
So do I. And that's not a piece of shit.
Are we gonna find out official pricing on Monday or Tuesday?
Well, we already know that the regular edition is $40, but I've not been able to find pricing on the special editions yet.
Yeah, the special edition.
I'm scared.
Is the big
I'm so scared. Like it's gonna be.
I want the special edition because I hear you get the Griffin with the special edition.
You do.
Yeah,
I would imagine. I can't imagine the digital special edition being any more than $60.
I hope not.
I can't see it being any more than that. Now the physical special edition, that's
probably gonna be like
easy.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like $100
with that big old statue and everything. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say no less than $80, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's over $100.
No, because nowadays they have the regular special editions that are about $80.
But that's for a full game, though. That's not for an expansion.
Well, point well made. Point well made.
How many expansions come with like figurines and art books and everything, though? I feel like they're really putting so much out with it that we are in uncharted waters.
Yeah.
Well, figurines, yeah. I don't care. I don't want the figurines. I want a griffin.
I kind of want the figurine just because it looks awesome.
Oh, I want the griffin so I can fly on it and look awesome.
Yeah, I definitely need the griffin mount.
Well, guys, unless anybody's got anything to add, this is probably about as good a time to wrap it up as any.
I have one more thing to say.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
That game is going to be a piece of shit, Snow. Don't waste your money.
Would it change your mind at all if I said it had a bit of Final Fantasy Tactics thrown in there?
It depends.
That's a no.
It depends.
Permanent character death?
No. Yep. That. Yeah. You ain't do nothing for me.
Yeah.
You ain't do nothing for me.
It's okay. You just don't know what you're talking about. I can understand that. I can respect that.
It's okay. It's okay. That game is a piece of shit. You're wasting $60 and you're gonna regret it. I'll be the first. I probably won't even ever hear it that you regret it. But I'm pretty sure you will.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Okay, like I said, I'll just tell you I'll tell you firsthand why you're wrong next week.
Okay. But like I said, when you do bring it up, I want you to also bring up the fact that it is a Final Fantasy game and not a Kingdom Hearts game with a Final Fantasy title.
Why don't you Twitch some of it since it's going to be on your PlayStation 4 anyways? And that way, later on, you can let Wrath see it for himself.
And I'm gonna that would be a great idea.
Okay,
that's a great idea.
You can explain it and stuff, and show why it's so awesome.
Okay.
He ain't gonna be able to explain nothing because I'm okay.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's trash.
It's sucker gerbs.
You see that awesome magic shit that he's being able to do on the fly, like in an action setting? Yeah, that's trash because it's not turn-based. I'm just saying.
It takes the edge off. Turn-based keeps you on edge.
How does turn-based keep you on edge? That is like the exact opposite. I don't even play the Final Fantasy games, and I understand that.
Okay, wait. If you played Final Fantasy X, then you probably don't get it. But if you played Final Fantasy X-2, where it doesn't matter, you have to think on your toes. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 7, you have to think on your toes because the monster keeps attacking you whether you attack it or not.
Yeah, so most of the Final Fantasy, they use what they called like an active time battle system where you had like a gauge that would fill up, and then once it filled up, then you can take your action.
But even if you decided, if you took too long to take your action, that does not stop the monster from attacking you.
Yeah.
So pretty much you have to be on. The only one who actually had turn-based was Final Fantasy X. Am I not mistaken, right, Snow?
Well, in the very first one, it was like a very, very traditional kind of setup where, you picked all of your character's moves for that turn, and then things like speed and stuff like that would determine exactly what order those actions were taken. So it was it was one of those where you could take as much time as you want. But, most of them had that mechanic so that even though it was kind of pseudo turn-based, you also had to make decisions in a limited amount of time.
You had to be on edge. Especially fighting a boss like Ultima Weapon, Omega Weapon. Yep. Had to be on edge. If you wasn't fast enough with them heroes in Final Fantasy VIII, yep, Ultima Weapon was gonna butt rape you. Omega Weapon, let me rephrase that.
But yeah, so interesting conversation today. Again, thank you everybody for coming on. I'm glad we finally got to get all of us on. I'm looking forward to some of the different topics we'll get to cover later on. I'm really looking forward to proving Wrath wrong. That's going to be fun.
He couldn't go. He just couldn't go without saying that.
Yeah. Anybody have any last words before we sign off?
No.
I'm staying out of it now. I've left the room.
This is personal, Lindsay. You stay out of it.
Hey.
Alrighty, well everybody, hope you'll come back to find out where this conversation leads us. Again, thanks for listening. Check out the links in the description if you want to hit us up on Facebook or anything like that. If you want to get in touch with us, you have any questions, have any topics you want to hear us cover, or maybe if you want to come on the show and be a special guest and, be a part of this great friendly dynamic we have going on. So again,
if you want to come and agree with me about the Final Fantasy that he's playing, about that, definitely should come on the show and tell him same thing I told him, piece of shit.
So yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks again for coming by. Really looking forward to next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
No bar sound?